Sup guys, this is King here, bringing you a quick preview update of sorts regarding some news that's been announced I think yesterday. So yeah, Resident Evil is going to be rebooted and James Wan is producing apparently. So yeah, that's very unexpected. I was honestly thinking we'd have to be waiting a good 2 or 3 years before they announce a reboot, but nope. As soon as the last movie came out on Blu-ray, where they're like, reboot time! Oh god. I don't know how to feel about this. I'm very sad and upset, mostly because I've spent a lot of years attempting to write my own scripts for these movies with with low success. I did write a few drafts of part 1. Been working on an adaptation of 0 now, but yeah, the dreams of a little fanboy, man, like, they were never gonna be realized, and now, yeah, this has been announced, and it's like, oh, but, you know, keep in mind, it's James Wan, he's done horror, and he's done action, so I imagine, you know, he could probably make this work, but he's not directing it though, so that's the big iffy part there. Apparently they're getting some dude called Boots or something to write the script. The film rights are still owned by, you know, they're not technically owned by Sony or Scream Gems, they're owned by the Constable, was it? Studios. I think it's a German film studio, isn't it? So yeah, those guys are very low budgety, like, when it comes to these films. Like, the very fact that they've hired James Wan makes me think they're trying to go for this sort of Resident Evil 7 feeling in just a house and that. Apparently they're looking to make 6 movies of this, so honestly I'm not really excited. I mean, like, just because of my attitude. Damn it, I was so close. I just needed 2 more years. I could have written, but obviously they don't go for that stuff. I really wish there was a place where you could just like send in fan scripts like what Marvel does sometimes, and they just take a look and they're like, oh, this is actually good, we'll take these ideas and we'll give a credit to the person who did that, and then we'll just make the final version. Like, I wish we could do something like that. That would be great. At least then I feel like I would have wasted half my life writing these pieces of crap. But yeah, that's just me being a bit picky. Like, I'm having my fingers crossed that this will work out, but at the same time I'm like, no, it's not gonna work out very well. But we'll see what happens. If they don't announce the fact that they're gonna do an adaptation of the first game, because, like, here's the thing, you need to keep in mind that these guys are gonna try and be as low budgety as they can, okay? So for everyone going, oh, we want to see the shark and the snake and the hunters and that, I don't really care about that stuff. What I care about is the characters and the story. As long as they have the characters and the story, and, you know, as long as we get like zombie dogs and zombies and a mansion and a tyrant at the end, really, those are the only 3 kind of things I want to see in this film. I don't care about the hunters, I don't care about the, you know, that stuff I'd rather see much later. Like if you're doing an adaptation of the first game, you want to keep it as cost effective as possible and keep it very simple, and yeah, like, and that's the best way to go about doing it, because, like, it should be such a simple concept. About 12 guys in a house, majority of them get killed off one by one by the zombies and the dogs, etc, etc. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. You send a bunch of guys in, flying with a helicopter, they crash land, they escape, they run through a forest, they get into the house, they start exploring traps, monsters and shit, and then they find the lab, they get to the end, they meet the villain, they fight him, he dies, monster chase, escape. You know, it's such a simple thing to do and adapt, and yet they couldn't get it right, and I couldn't get it right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I've written like 4 or 5 bloody drafts, and I'm not impressed with myself. Like, and I can see the stress and how hard it is to adapt a video game into a movie. Like, so it's not really an easy task at all. Like, I'm saying it's simple, but, you know, the concept is simple, but the actual getting part to doing it is not, because it's very hard and very complicated. So I can understand the stress of adapting a game like that, but because in the end you really do need a very, very good writer, but you also need someone who understands what needs to be kept and what needs to be cut. And in the end of the day, Resident Evil, I think, for the most part, you know, forget the movies, we're talking about the games here, what people really enjoy mostly about it, at least if you ask a certain number of fans, they'll say they like the story and the characters. Like, Others will say they like the survival horror, others will say they like the puzzles, but like, you know, those are gameplay elements. We're talking about the film, you know, the parts you can adapt to film, and that would be the story and the characters. So that's what it needs to focus on. That's the spirit it needs to focus on. It doesn't matter if it's horror or action, because at the end of the day, zombies aren't really scary. I mean, think about it. It's not that terrifying. Like, we've seen it 100 bloody times. So really, how much terrifying can you make it? You try and make it scary, and you know, people are gonna get the idea. Okay, let's make it dark as hell, and then you won't be able to see shit. So, and then people will complain. Like, there's all these little things that people will nitpick either way. So, but if they can just get, you know, if they can get the concept, the characters, and the story right, you know, like the main characters are Chris, Jill, Rebecca, and Barry, and the main villain is Wesker, and then the rest of the team, you know, get those people, get those characters done right, and get people to play those characters. But like, in the end of the day, they're cannon fodder. Like, the main supports really would be Richard and Enrico and Brad. Those would be your main supports, and then you got those main characters, and you got there you go. I mean, those are your characters, and then the rest are just fodder, like, to get killed. But like, it would be nice if they could do it in a way where they could develop those characters and give them personality, so we could at least feel sorry for them. Like, because that's like, you know, that's the thing about horror movies these days, is they don't make us care enough. Like, it's just like, oh, we'll give them a cool death and let's say that's what they'll be remembered for. It's like, no, make us care about these characters before they die, at least somewhat. But yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna go about doing this. I'm still working on my adaptations. I don't care if there is a way to send these scripts to these guys, or maybe make a portfolio or something, or a presentation, guys, let me know. I would appreciate the effect and the help, actually. If there's any way I can get this out there, I'm working on it as my own thing, obviously, but I did kind of hope maybe to sell it if I could, but that's not, I don't think that's going to happen now. But if I could maybe get some ideas out, that would be great. If anyone can tell me how to do that, maybe send me an email system. I don't know, they'll probably just throw it in the trash bin in it. But I don't know. I just thought I'd post this and just talk about it, really, and give my thoughts on it. I'm both happy and sad, mostly sad. Damn it. Yeah, maybe I can wait. Maybe if I wait another 20 years, they'll reboot it again, and then I can just, you know, by then I'll probably be done with my ideas, and maybe I'll get somewhere in life regarding the film industry, and maybe then I can sell it. Or maybe I could just send these as an idea for a reboot for the games. That could work. Oh, I can keep on dreaming. So sad. But yeah, that's the news there. I'm curious what they're actually gonna do, but I do think it's gonna be a very low budget film, considering they got James Wan to produce it. So the next few months or year is gonna be very interesting regarding this. But yeah, I'm more interested to see what they're gonna do game wise. Like, E3's coming up next month. 100%. I think we're gonna get an announcement for Resident Evil 2 remake finally, like maybe an official trailer and gameplay video. And maybe something else as well, like Revelations 3 perhaps. That would make me very happy. But yeah, guys, tell me what you think. As always, like and subscribe wherever, and I shall see you when I shall see you. Take care and bye.